My network is fine.
I can't defend my network here, to be honest, because I'm using
Hello, hello
Airtel.
and
I don't know.
welcome. Hello and welcome. It's Kickoff with Jay again. It's doing football analysis the way you love it, and as we promised, and as you always know, we do post-match and pre-match review of English Premier League games. And please do like and subscribe our video. Very much important for the growth of the channel generally. And as you always know, I don't do this alone. I do it with fantastic football fans and analysts. And with me here, I'll start with our debut guy, Aman. Aman, welcome to the show. And how does it feel like to talk about football?
Thank you very much. I feel pleased and honored to join the show, and it's always feel good. Yes, as usual, talking about football, because obviously what brings us here is a passion for the sport and all, and it's what we love doing. So yeah, it feels good to be here to talk about football.
Mohammed, a usual face. Aman, thank you very much. You are very much welcome. And I hope we might disagree on something right here, but I hope and also we have Mohammed, yeah, usual face on the show.
Uh,
Mohammed,
that,
welcome. As
that's yeah.
Mohammed, welcome
Business
as
as
always.
Thank you very much. Business as usual. Manchester United are back winning games. Chelsea are still struggling. So I think everything is going on from a football point of view. So it's good to be here again, Jay, talking football, talking what we love doing best. So it's really really nice.
Yes, really, really nice. Let's get right there into it. Manchester City will be visiting Wolves right there in the Premier League. Let's quickly talk about this one and your predicted scoreline. Manchester City, you know, they're the defending champions of the Premier League, and we know how much score depth they have, even with the likes of Kevin De Bruyne and likes of Rodri out injured and with a red card respectively. So, Mohammed, what do you think will be the output of this game? For me, I think
Um,
it's a straight win for Manchester City, maybe a 3-1 win right there.
you copied my 3-1 prediction because I said 3-1 in your DM. Well, I think Man City will have some they will have some nervy moments in the game because I don't feel Calvin Phillips can directly replace Rodri, but you still expect Manchester City to win. The quality that they have is too much, far much better than the Wolverhampton Wanderers side. Although I expect them to concede, like you said, so I'm tipping a City 3-1 win.
City to concede is maybe not a new team generally. And Aman, what is your thought on the game?
Yeah, City to compete is very possible. But Newcastle hardly bury their chances. Sorry, Wolves, I mean, they hardly bury their chances. In fact, they don't even have a striker. So I can't really say they are guaranteed a goal against Man City, even though Man City are not the best at finishes. But still, uh, I give it a let me say 2-0 position in favor of
Okay,
Man
2-0
City.
right. Okay, 2-0 right there
Yeah.
it is. Let's quickly go to the other side of Manchester, the red side of Manchester. And Manchester United will be having a replay of the Carabao Cup when they welcome Crystal Palace right there. Crystal Palace, with a number of injuries like the likes of Olise not being around, but that doesn't mean they can make a point for themselves. And Manchester United, after the whole injury stuff, are beginning to welcome some of their players back. And also, this is going to be at Old Trafford after two back-to-back wins in their last two matches. Mohammed, critically, let's look at this one, your scoreline, and what you expect right there at Old Trafford.
I expect a United 2-0 or a United 3-0 win over Crystal Palace. But like we said, it's more like a replay of the fixture that happened on Tuesday. You expect a much sterner Crystal Palace side, but this is Manchester United. The quality they have is far way better than the Crystal Palace, and with the addition of Sofian Amrabat and Casemiro into that midfield, I think the biggest criticism for Manchester United this season as the midfield has been easy to bypass, the midfield has been easy to run through. But now we are adding Sofyan Amrabat to partner Casemiro. That is a deadly midfield partnership. I feel United are going to win this one comfortably.
Okay, United are going to win this one comfortably. You talked about Amrabat. Maybe with the likes of Amrabat, they get control and they are able
He
to
was
maybe.
he was very fantastic against Crystal Palace. He even started from left back and he inverted into the midfield with so much confidence, with so much aura, with so much everything. So I think it's really going to be Manchester United signing of the season.
Aman, you can see Mohamed running lyricals on Amrabat right there. It feels he's the missing piece in the midfield. And I think most times Manchester United are favored playing over their opponents rather than playing through them, like I said, and you cause through them easily, very much easily. And this Crystal Palace side, if there's one team that can do that right there, they can do it very much well because they have a very creative player, easy right there. You think Manchester United will get this one over? And what do you think about the game tonight?
I'll go straight to the point. Like I said, 2-1 scoreline in favor of Manchester United. And that's because Man United don't have the they don't have the high goal scoring charts. I think even though with the new signings and all, it's, it's now enough to like prove to the whole league that okay, we still title contenders or whatever. But I still feel like they are still going to win against Crystal Palace, or by narrow slight margins, I think. And
Yeah, they've been
defensively, they are not Man are not that solid, to be honest. So I still feel it's going to be 2-1 Scotland. Yeah.
okay, 2-1 scoreline. Let's see how that one pans out. Imam Mohammed will be here to talk about the game after we'll be here to talk about the game after it unfolds right there generally. Let's quickly move to the big one. This one will be the one we'll be spending much time on. And it will be the Tottenham versus Liverpool game. And Angel side. Angel has completely changed this Tottenham side. The last time I saw this kind of Tottenham side, hold on to the ball, play a lot of possession football, was under Mauricio Pochettino. Since then, it's been more of the Conte, very solid back three and the rest. And we know how the season went for them in the last two seasons since Mauricio left. And Liverpool, a very fairy side. They've not lost many, even in this season, and they look to be the new comeback team in town. What do you feel about this one, Aman? I'll be starting with you right there.
Then this season, Tottenham have shown they're ready to compete and they want to go for top four and some other titles. And I think all credit go to the coach Anthony Postecoglou for their their
Sorry,
good run. So
sorry to cut you. I really like the way you pronounce the manager's surname. I actually have my struggles pronouncing the
I
name.
I choose not to, please. I don't even try to say it. I prefer saying Angel.
Yes.
thank you, I appreciate. So as I was saying, credit big credit go to their coach. Like he did a good job trying to uh clean the mess made by the other coaches and I feel like Tottenham will be able to put a good fight against Liverpool. Though Liverpool have been in a good run of games too, like just like Tottenham too. And I think they've been unbeaten this season. If I'm right, yeah,
Yes, unbeaten
Liverpool
this
right.
season.
So it's not going to be an easy one for Tottenham with their good run of form. Despite that, my predictions I'll be straightforward. It's going to be a 3-2 win to Tottenham. I don't see either side keeping clean sheets because we all know Liverpool and Tottenham basically, and the two sides are goal scoring teams. Liverpool they don't when they see the chance like they take it once they see their chance, and they have this guy dribbles like they have this guy Gakpo has not been bad in his last few games. Nunez has been racking up good starts. Salah is already regaining his form slowly but surely, and I think they are going to score goals, but Tottenham will take the edge. Maybe tactically, I can't really say for sure, but I feel like Tottenham is going to win. I don't just know. Maybe it's just my intuition, but I feel like Tottenham is going to win.
Thank you, Aman. And if there's one thing he pointed out is how much firepower the both team have. I think they have a lot of goals in them, and defensively, both teams do not look really solid. You have the likes of Christian Romero, who is liable to many mistakes right there in Tottenham, and also the Liverpool defense has been in shambles generally.
Yeah,
Right there, they've been conceding a lot and be
yeah.
relying mostly on their firepower generally. So, Mohammed, where do you think this game will be won and lost, and your scoreline?
Well, I you talked about Christian Romero and I was smiling. I think he's been really, really lucky this season in terms of decisions that have gone his way. But I want to talk about Liverpool.
The
They
guy
are
is referring to
currently
that Tottenham game. I think
I know,
that
I
was
know, I
Tottenham.
know.
I'm not referring to anything. I'm just saying. So when we talk about Liverpool, Liverpool have been fantastic. Even from the start of last season, when they were chasing the top four, and they have the current longest unbeaten run in the Premier League. Looking at the statistical record, they are currently unbeaten in the last 12 games against Tottenham, and that is a fantastic record. Although we always know records will be broken, but that record is a fantastic record. Both of us agreed that there will be goals in that match, and even the stats suggest that Liverpool have scored in their last 17 games against Tottenham, and that's dating to like 7 years ago. So the home and away, they always find a way to score. But this is a different Tottenham side. This is Ange is brought a lot to Tottenham, and I'm very impressed with how Tottenham have started the season so far. Although I still feel there are going to be setbacks in Spurs. It's not going to be all sweet, because when a new manager comes, it makes things work out, but then the challenge starts after 4, 5, 6 months. You begin to see there's still going to be a setback. Spurs will always be Spursy. I do not want to know what you want to tell me. They'll always be Spursy. We've
They are
seen
not in the
Mourinho
Carabao Cup,
always
so that's an evidence.
hey, they'll always be Spursy. I'm definitely sure about that from Tottenham Hotspur. But they have been very fantastic this season, and I'm tipping them not to lose this game against Liverpool. So
Wow, wow.
I'm actually tipping a 2-2 draw from the two sides. Maybe nothing will be able to separate them at the end of the day.
I want to see a lot of goals generally, and I don't. I think maybe Tottenham too will edge this one, given that they are at home. I'm predicting something like 4-3. I want to see a lot of goals right there, and I think they will give us a lot of goals because if you see how Liverpool conceded their first goal against Leicester, it was crazy. You had like maybe 3 players or 4 players on only a single man right there. Some funny defending they've been doing this season. So let's quickly move on. Let's talk about Arsenal right there. They'll be going to Bournemouth,
Yeah,
and Arsenal have been looking, they've been squeezing in the wins generally. Some has been beautiful, some has not. And they've lost some personnel in the midfield, notable personnel, Rice, Thomas Partey, and they still doubt if they really replace Shaka or if Fabio Vieira or Havertz have been able to fill in the shoes very much well. And what do you think about this game? I think they don't have Martinelli. I think Martinelli too is not available right there. So
yeah.
Bournemouth
Martin
should not
Trossard,
really, yeah,
Martin
and
and
Bournemouth, Martinelli and Trossard is not around. So, but I think Bournemouth should not really pose much of a threat against them, though it's an away game. What do you think about this one? Let me start from Mohammed again this time.
I think you talked about how Arsenal have not been convincing this season, and I'm definitely sure Arsenal have not been convincing this season. They've just been grinding those wins, and that is how you know. Actually, that's how you know a good team when you grind wins, 1-0 wins, 2-1 win, but they have not been convincing. And if you want to compete with Manchester City, if you want to compete with Liverpool, you need to be convincing. At this point in time, Arsenal are
I like
not
how you didn't
convincing.
put mine there. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like how
I
you
am.
didn't
I am. I
put
am a
that thing.
football analyst. I'm not a
Man
Manchester
United,
United
Man
fan.
United is out of the top four race, just like Chelsea is now.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, I
Sorry,
get it.
Man United is out of the title race. Sorry, just as Chelsea is, and some other teams
Well,
too. So
we'll see. We'll see about that. But Manchester United, Man City, Newcastle, and Arsenal are the four teams representing England in Europe. So we're talking about Bournemouth and
this is the
Arsenal.
Premier League
I
preview, bro.
expect. I expect
Brighton is in Liverpool.
you know you don't make it to the Champions League if you don't finish in the top four, so it's still the same thing. Arsenal should edge it out based on the quality that they have, but it's not been convincing. and I say it here again, Kai Havertz is not a left center midfielder. Fabio Vieira cannot play as a left center midfielder in games that become very intense. You cannot play Fabio Vieira against the Liverpool's midfield or against a Manchester City team. You will struggle. And even for a large part of the game, the Arsenal versus Tottenham, Tottenham with the better side for so large part of the game. So I think Ateta has a whole lot of work to do as well. Arsenal are a very good side, but you need more than good to keep up with City. I'm expecting a clean sheet from Arsenal though. They tend to keep clean sheets away from home.
Okay, okay. Aman, your general brief thought on this one and give me your own score line for this game, Bournemouth. Be right there.
It's just as my mother said, honestly, he said it all. Arsenal has not been so impressive at the start of this season. Like they've been squeezing the wins. They've been barely We've been barely having a comfortable game. They are just there throwing the 2-1 wins, the 1-0s and everything, doing a late comeback and all. Uh, but in all, I think they should still be able to beat Bournemouth. And talking about competing for the title with this current run of games, we can't really say though. But they are not like now. I can't really say if they can compete for the title. They are just there.
Rather,
They're just
they have a lot of they have a lot to do if they want to keep up with City. That's what I just
exactly
know. They have a lot
right
to
now.
do.
They still have a lot of work to do. They are just there. They have to like convince us that okay, we are ready for the title
And
charge and all.
sorry to cut you. With the injury to, I think Saka is
Yeah,
maybe
they
if I'm not
yeah,
sure if he's fit.
you are
I
piling
think
up.
he can rise to as well.
That's even more worrying to Arteta if not anything, if not if staff is like injuries are piling up. I think Saka self has an injury. They are trying. I don't know if it's minor or a major one. So it's going to be a
For
big blow.
FPL users are
It's
waiting for Mikel Arteta's press conference to know if they will
going,
still keep Saka in their team.
it's going to be a big blow
That's
for us if Saka is going to
that
be so. But still,
that's
regardless,
crazy
they have.
though. But I think regardless, at least Bournemouth for giving
I,
Arsenal pedigree
I
and
predict a
giving
1-0. I predict a
okay,
1-0 and a clean
okay.
sheet to us.
Okay. Bournemouth do not have that bite necessarily. So a clean sheet should very much be on the cards right there for Arsenal. So moving on to another London team, there'll be a London derby right there, and Chelsea will be going to the Craven Cottage right there. Is it not Craven Cottage?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, they'll be visiting Fulham right there, talking about still in London right there, and Chelsea are just with only a win in the Premier League in the last 7 games they played, and also that win came against a 19th or 20th place Luton town, and also Chelsea are one of the teams that have scored the least goals in the Premier League. I think it's between Chelsea, Burnley, and
Chelsea,
Luton
they
Town
are slightly too
generally.
much. They are
Generally,
slightly too
so
much.
these are the stats, but we know how Chelsea dominate games. We know how the struggles have been in front of goal right there. And this one is the Monday night football. And what do you think about this one, Mohammed? I see you shaking your head, but this is a transitional period for the blue
well,
side, and it's looking not it's not looking positive at the moment, and it's looking like it's not working. But what is your general thoughts on
well, every year you tell me that Chelsea are in a transition period. That is for you to decide. I really love talking about Chelsea because when Chelsea's matter comes in, I wear my glasses and I look at it from a very critical point of view. When you look at Chelsea this season, it's very very. I no, I'm actually very serious. Chelsea versus Fulham versus Chelsea. Chelsea. This is the third meeting. This is going to be the third competitive meeting between Fulham and Chelsea this year. I
yeah,
think they played twice already this year, and Fulham are unbeaten against Chelsea
correct?
this year. There was a game Chelsea got a red card and all of that. Talking about the game, Chelsea. We could go from now to the next 1 hour talking about how bad Chelsea are because you said Chelsea are dominating the game, dominating games and all of that. But the most important thing is to put the ball in the back of the net. And Chelsea have so far struggled with that. And it's disappointing from a Chelsea's point of view. And I don't think it's from the manager's point of view. from the scouts to every single person, because you Chelsea have spent a whole lot of money. Chelsea are not bringing in maybe the bad players. They're getting in players, good players, decent young players, but it's still not working. So there is a problem in with Chelsea this season, and most importantly, the lack of goals from Chelsea. I don't know what to expect from Chelsea. It's an away game, and Chelsea have always struggled away from home ever since. I don't know. They
Whenever
always struggle away from home. And the good thing for Chelsea is they have played, maybe it's a bad thing, they have played 4 home games this season, and they have only picked up 4 points from those home games. That is an average of a point per game at home. So it's really, really bad for Chelsea. When you want to look at this game on paper, you should feel Chelsea have Enzo Fernandez, they have Caicedo, they have Thiago Silva. You feel they should be able to stroll and maybe get a win against Fulham.
you
But it's
see
very,
that that's
very
the problem.
difficult.
That's the problem. When you're asked to call the players now, midfield players, defensive players, I think most, if you look at the stats generally, Chelsea have topped most of possession stats, entry into the box and stuff like that. But I'm not really a person of looking at it from the stats point of view only, sure you get me. But I think this issue has been mostly due to the attack. The defense does not concede so much. The defense, I don't think Chelsea has conceded more than a goal or two in the Premier League in a game. So the defense does not concede too much. Why don't you score? And why don't you? There's some times whereby Chelsea gain control in games, they don't capitalize on it. And this is what the Premier League is all about. Is that it is as ruthless as ever. Don't take your chances when the book flip over on you or when the momentum flips on you, then you're in big trouble. And as you said, there is no even any assurance Chelsea is going to win this game. I, for one, isn't looking forward to Chelsea
But
comfortably winning this game.
sorry,
And
sorry, sorry.
it's
There's actually an assurance. One thing is certain in the Chelsea game. It's either Chelsea score a goal, one goal is certain in Chelsea's game. Chelsea are going to score a goal, that is certain. Or if they don't score a goal, they will concede a goal. So either of the two. So it's definitely going to happen.
yeah. Aman, let's get your thoughts before we start thinking about rounding up the show generally.
Okay, Chelsea have been very bad this season. Not even poor, very very bad, honestly. And they are not even looking like they are going to win against Fulham because Fulham recently, I should say, they have been giving them tough time. Yeah, and for a team like Fulham to be giving a top club like Chelsea a tough time shows, it really shows the situation, how bad the situation is at Chelsea Football Club. And yeah, like MB said, oh sorry, like you said, Charles, the Chelsea defense is okay. Yeah, I notice they don't consider much. Even my fans, I feel like they don't really consider much. But when it comes to the attack, they are very very poor. So Fulham might get away with a goal, and they might not. So my predictions, I'd thought towards Fulham game because recently too, Fulham have been struggling to score goals since they score and since they sold Mitrovic. They've not actually had a proper striker, so they've been having it a tough time to.
Yes, yes.
But they have this guy from Wolves now.
He has not been at his best. I think
Yeah,
Jimenez has not been at his best. So I think
Jimenez.
this is even more like
I feel
a
like
good
I
time
feel
to
like
face Fulham because they are not
I
at
feel
their
like
best.
Chelsea, I think Chelsea can actually squeeze a win out of this, even with their poor run of form. Because Fulham have actually been quite poor. Not they've not been themselves
I
actually,
sorry,
and
sorry.
their defense too. Their
I
defense
see
is
what you are
okay to
trying
be
to do
honest.
there.
They have
I see
they
what you are
have
trying to
three-
do.
What is he trying to
Yeah,
do?
he's
so,
trying to show
so
his soft spot for
I
Chelsea.
have not finished.
I know. I'm just telling you.
No, he's not trying to
I
show
have
his
not.
soft spot. He's trying to show you that there's a chance for
I have
Chelsea.
not even finished. I have
What
not
Sorry,
even
what
continue,
finished.
continue.
Like let me
okay.
finish.
All right.
So as I was saying, Uh, Fulham have been good defensively this season. They have the top most clean sheets. I think joint with Manchester City. Yeah, they have 3 clean sheets. Even though they've not been scoring goals, they've been good defensively. Even though they are not at their best. So I just give Chelsea that one because their confidence and morale will be high. I think after that win in the FL some days back, their confidence might actually be better, and they might want to prove to they might want to prove that they are still a competition in the Premier League top 4, top 5, top 6, whatever. So my 1-0 still stand, but I still feel like it's going to be 1-1 draw. So my first prediction, like my actual prediction, is 1-0 in Chelsea. But the 1-1 draw, can't I can't write it up yet. I still feel like the draw is very possible. We just still
Uh,
consider. So
don't forget the two teams could actually play 0-0 so as well. So
yeah, 0-0. But I
but
don't see 0-0. I don't actually see 0-0.
I think one person will score till London derby. I think I
Yes,
think I think Fulham might win. Generally, to be very sincere with you.
I
you
like
are you are
him.
trying to play the defensive card.
I'm
You
not
are playing the
playing.
defensive card.
I'm being.
That is what you are doing.
Do you know what? Okay, let me give you one. I'm saying this. Chelsea played the Brighton that was not strong in the Carabao Cup, except Mitoma, right? Except Mitoma and this other guy that started in the midfield. If not for VAR, they
Mitoma,
should. And this guy they
even
bought to
Lewis Dunk
replace
was
Casedo.
decent.
Even this guy they
Baleba.
bought to play Casedo. Those are the two people I knew. And maybe later they brought in Jesse Match. But let's look at their last three games. Chelsea have played Nottingham Forest. They played Aston Villa and
Uh,
maybe
that small team.
Luton and maybe West Ham and the rest. But if you look at
Before
it,
West Ham,
most
Luton Town, I think
they played
that was a
Luton, they played West Ham, they played Norwich City, they played Aston Villa. These are
Norwich
very
or Wimbledon.
sorry, they played Nottingham Forest. I mean to say
Okay.
Nottingham Forest. Sure, you get me. And these are teams that, if you look at
issue.
how you should get a win against them. This Fulham is a more formidable side than even Aston Villa of now, than even this thing. Aside the fact that they don't score goals, sure you get me. So the stats is not even favoring Chelsea. Even that, see, you told me that they have even the best defensive stats in the league aside Manchester City, and you know how Chelsea
I
attack
sorry.
lacks a cut. Yes, Fulham.
I
I'm
said
talking about Fulham. I said Fulham.
okay.
So the Chelsea attack lacks cutting edge. He does not have that they don't have that ruthlessness in there. Jackson needs like six chances to put one away. Sterling is just hobbling and rumbling right there. Then there's this other side that we don't even know is who plays there. So
Is it
that's
number
just that
10?
for me.
Talking about Jackson,
Is it number 10?
he has shown a lot of things like promise and all of that. But this is Chelsea. He has been starting games for Chelsea, and Chelsea, I don't know, when Chelsea wants to move on
He will
from
be missing
Jackson,
in this one, Sha.
no, it's okay. He's got
Yellow
more
card.
yellow cards
4.
than goals. Oh, it's fine. I'm talking about Jackson. When Chelsea want to move on from Jackson, they are going to do it because he started 6 games for Chelsea. He has been getting the chance to prove himself that he can be maybe the Didier Drogba replacement that Chelsea have been looking for the past 9 to 10 years. But he has not taken the chance. The transfer window is going to come again in January, and Chelsea are going to go into the market and sign a striker if Nicholas Jackson does not convert those chances. I'm talking about Nicholas Jackson. It's not been about he has not seen those chances. He has been getting those chances. He has one of the highest XG in the Premier League. He needs to convert those chances. He needs to, and he's very lucky that at the moment he's the only one Chelsea can actually play as a number 9. He needs to convert those chances for
Let
him.
me quickly add to that. Let me quickly add to that. He's coming from a league where he's coming to a league where things have been really different for him, and I think I find it hard to just like fit in immediately. And so you can't really. He's not a world class player where you can just expect him to like start bagging goals immediately. And Chelsea didn't even put very high expectations on him like that. And I think the reason why he's still starting is because they still the coach feels like he still has a chance and more opportunity
I
to
think
improve.
the reason he's
Because
starting is because he's the only one that can actually
There's no
start as a
competition,
9
yes.
in their squad
yeah, they
Yes.
currently.
still
Exactly.
that's also true. But if the coach still wants him to play, he will play because he could use someone else as false nine. It's not a new
That
thing. Like this,
the other element of his game, sincerely, aside even the goal scoring, which is fantastic and which we've never seen for a long time at Chelsea, right there. But I think sometimes I think
distance.
you can cut him a
Fine.
little bit of slack because if you look at the wide men and the number 10, I think most of the chances have been so scrappy. Some have been clear cuts that you expect a normal striker to finish. Do you get me? And some have been scrappy, but generally, to be very sincere,
Only
Jackson have
only
not.
if
So
only
it's
if
too
Rasmus
I feel like
Højlund has seen those scrappy chances you're talking about.
I
He
feel like
needs to
it's too
convert those
early.
chances as a striker.
So I feel like
Let's
it's
Yes.
let's
going
see. I think sorry. There's a game we've not really looked into as well. I think it's the first game tomorrow. The Aston Villa versus Brighton game. I don't know, for a neutral point of view. I don't know. I just feel excited about that game. It promises, at least you expect one, maybe a whole lot of goals. Aston Villa is at home. The two teams have been quite okay, quite good this season. So I don't know what your thoughts are for the Villa Brighton game.
um,
It's going to be exciting, an exciting game. Though mid-table right there, Brighton. I think Brighton. Okay, they just lost their position in the Carabao Cup right there. But Aston Villa, I've not been so convinced with Aston Villa this season. Generally, the Watkins is not yet in his groove. You look at how they played against Chelsea. Chelsea should have gone one or two very early right there. And Brighton, on their ruthless day, if they decide to come to the party, can run a lot of riots against this Aston Villa side. Well, it's good to see. It's good to see, and I think that one promises a lot of goals. But early kickoff right there in the Premier League is always a very tricky one. And to be very sincere, against with these two sides, it looks very much balanced.
So I think before we end the show, I would like every one of us to drop an exclusive of what might actually happen in the Premier League over the weekend. I'm starting from myself. I expect Rasmus Oilund to score a goal against Crystal Palace tomorrow. That is my exclusive, and I want both of you to take it from me. So we'll see about that.
He's a striker. If he does not score, who needs to score? Not really an
Uh,
exclusive generally.
Add your it is an exclusive. Add your own exclusive.
Um, my own exclusive. Let me look. Let me look at the Premier League. Let me look generally. I think we might have a dagger right there. I think most big teams are going up away from home, and the most funny thing I've imagined that could happen is Tottenham beating Liverpool like 3 goals to nothing,
Wow, that's
like
crazy.
running a riot on Liverpool. Though it's not something that looks really clear to me, but I think Liverpool are going away from home. Defense, I don't know, but let's see how it goes. But I think it's Tottenham is going to score a lot of goals against Liverpool. I just feel that.
Okay. Mr. Aman.
and I feel personally, I think there won't be a lot of clean sheet this weekend. The clean sheet will really be scarce, and this is considering the fact that they are kind of big teams going up against each other. I won't really say big teams per se, but the fixtures are looking like there isn't going to be much clean sheet. So my own exclusive is not about any player or anything. It's just like the whole league in a whole is like there's no much clean sheets this weekend. Sorry.
Another exclusive.
So
Man United
every
might lose back-to-back games at Old Trafford, back-to-back Premier League games at Old Trafford. Who says it can
Uh, zero zero point zero zero zero
the,
zero 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 one.
Wow.
the only game that
Okay.
is looking like we might give clean sheet, which is not even sure, it is Bournemouth Arsenal. Like it's not even sure, but there might be a clean sheet there in favor of Arsenal. But it's no sleep because
Baba,
all match are at
me, I
home,
go
and
keep
I feel
clean
like they won.
sheets.
Okay.
Oh yeah, now.
So let's quickly this is the end of our preview for the Premier League games right there. Anybody with any final thoughts before we move on? It's always lovely to do this with you guys. I had a lovely time. I was not even cautious of the amount of minutes spent on this show. So really lovely to do this with you guys generally. So any final thoughts before we go? No
Watch out
final.
for the rise of Manchester United. Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye. I'll
I
be
enjoyed
here.
the show.
Yes. I'm
I said
listening.
I enjoyed I enjoyed the show. It's actually very nice.
Good to have
I
you here
look
too.
forward to more of these, and yeah, it's
Yes,
really
obviously.
interesting.
Yes, obviously we'll be having more of these after the games and to do the post match review. I'm Mohammed will be here for the Manchester United, and maybe three of us will be here for other games too and talk about some of the games that went down in the Premier League right there. Please do like and subscribe our video. Very much important for the growth of this channel and for you to see more this post match reviews and previews um, generally on your screen. And from my own side, it's when we see when we see. And so, bye bye, guys. Bye.
Goodbye.